Hello ladies, blokes and non-binary folks, it's Ant here, and I have just this morning got back from visiting my parents, where I also, over the course of the weekend, went to TF Nation. Look, I've got the little thing on me, it says TF Nation, Saturday, number 2009, and I thought I'd do a video showing the pickups I got, because they were numerous. And we're going to go through them. And I'll tell you what I thought of TF Nation. It's my first TF Nation I've ever gone to. I had a pretty damn good time. Because I've done cons before. I've done, like, London Film and Comic Con. I've done, Collectomania and stuff like that. They're fine, but they're very much just like this big old hall, and it feels incredibly, like, not necessarily corporate, but, like, commercial. Like, it's all just a ton of stuff. I just knocked over Silverbolt. It's made of gold plastic, so that's great. Just like a really commercial thing, but TF Nation feels more like a community event. Like, there's still, a big old hall, not humongous, but a big old hall that's just for selling Transformers. But there's also, like, everyone's going around, everyone's chatting to each other. There's a bar where people get together and chat. There's, like, panels you can go to, which are included in the ticket price, which is, like, when you go to London Film and Comic Con, that's just friggin' unbelievable, because London Film and Comic Con charges for everything and autographs and everything. Like, at TFN, from what I understand, I didn't get any autographs, but from what I understand, if you brought something of your own to be signed, the autograph was included in your ticket price. If you wanted, like, a print signed, then you had to pay for the print, but that's fair. But it was pretty cool. There was a bunch of guests there, but I didn't go see them. Nick Roche was there, and Ed Peary, and Gary Chalk, and Nicole Dubeck, and Lindsay Rosso, is that her name? You know what? I've got the souvenir magazine, and their names all on the back. Yeah, James Roberts. I saw this guy. Let's bring it up. Matt Ferguson. I kept seeing him walking around, and I kept thinking, wow, that dude looks like an alternate reality version of Few. And I didn't realise it was Matt Ferguson, because I'm stupid. But, yeah, it was a really fun event. I did a little giveaway while I was there, because the day before, I went to the Entertainer in Burton, and they had a Wild Wheel figure on the shelf for like 15 quid. So I was like, well, I should probably buy that and do a giveaway. So I grabbed it and did an announcement on Wild Wheel's Hat Twitter account saying, hey, giving away a Wild Wheel figure. And took like 10 minutes before someone claimed it, that person being JSpace10 on Twitter, a guy called Jay. Nice chap. Chatted to him a bunch of times while I was there. Even dragged two of the Triple Takeover guys over for us to chat with, Sixo and Maz from Triple Takeover, the podcast. You should listen to that. I didn't get to talk to Liam though. That was the one that missed out. I would have talked about sweets and stuff and crisps, because he's really into those. We have very similar food eating habits. But that was pretty cool. I met Gav Spence from TRDQ, and I met Repugnus as well. And I brought this print of Wild Wheel, which I've managed to successfully crease. I've been sandwiching it between a bunch of heavy stuff to try and keep it flat, and it's not working, but I'll get it in a frame. It'll look fine once it's in a frame, won't it? Hopefully. Sorry, Gav. But what was it? I brought the Wild Wheels hat with me, and I got a picture with the hat on the actual Repugnus from TRDQ with his little painted nails and everything. So that was pretty crazy. It was just a really nice time. I met Few's awesome Transformer views, who I've interacted with a ton of times online. I brought figures off him and stuff like that. But I saw him. It was after the conference that was going on, one of the panels. And I said hi, and I said, hey, sorry, because I said a couple of words earlier in the day, but didn't actually say hi or anything. But I said hi, and I was about to say sort of, yeah, I'm the guy who does that Wild Wheels hat account. And he went, oh, you're that Wild Wheel guy, aren't you? And I was like, like, he recognised me. That freaked me out a little bit. But that was awesome. We got chatting, I showed him some of the stuff we got. Yeah, and, let him go away. He was getting swamped. Everyone wanted to talk to him. I bumped into a guy who was really nervous about meeting Few, and he wanted to meet Few. And I was like, no, don't worry. Just, find him, say hi. He's pretty harmless. He's not gonna get angry at you. He's not gonna be one of those guys who gets annoyed. But yeah, it was pretty cool. So without further ado, because I've done a do for a few minutes now, let's go through some of the stuff I picked up, and I've arranged all the figures here in the order I'm going to go through them. There's a couple of collecting goals that I've completed, so that'll be in the thumbnail. Collecting goals 3 and 4, I think it is, that I've completed. So I set myself a couple of collecting goals every year, and I did both of them, this year. But I went in with a bunch of ideas of things I wanted to get, and some stuff which was just like, oh, that's neat, I'll have that. My main thing is I wanted to get a taco tank, and I didn't manage to get a taco tank, which was really sort of rubbish, but at the same time, they went in minutes, and Toy Fu was selling them for 50 quid, which is ridiculously cheap for a taco tank, and they said next year they're going to try and get some more. So I'm going back next year. I want a taco tank. So let's start. I also got myself a t-shirt from Zombie Workshop, which I haven't got with me, and I should have worn in this video, but I put it in the wash because I have this thing where I have to wash new clothes before I wear them. So it's gone in the wash. Whoops. I should have thought about that, shouldn't I? Should have thought about that. Anyway, let's start. First thing, whoop, I got a little spy changer. I was wandering around going, hey, I want to get a spy changer because the Triple Takeover guys keep talking about him. Let's get him in focus at the front. Will it focus? No, it's not going to focus. Well, you're going to have to look it back here. I've put autofocus on. I don't usually use autofocus. But anyway, little spy changer. This is Prowl 2 from RID 2001. And these things are great. I've got the gun with it and everything. Like, you always forget these things have guns. But yeah, he's a little guy. He's a Hot Wheels sized car. And I've been wanting one of these because there's been a lot of Triple Takeover guys talking about how great spy changers were. And you know what? These are like the logical evolution of the Minicons. They fit in with the throttle bots and all that sort of stuff. And it's great. And I got the gun with it, which was pretty cool. Shut it. Because the first one I picked up was one of the other ones, not Sideswipe, one of the other one. The blue one with the flames. I can't remember his name. But yeah, I picked him up, but then I saw this one had a gun, and I was like, all right, I'll have that one instead. They had the Scourge Minicon as well, and that was kind of tempting, but I went with this guy. Let's put him back. Speaking of collecting goals, one of my goals this year was to collect up the Firecons, and now I have all three. I got Flame Feather a few months back for like £6, bargain. These two lads were 10 quid each, which is probably a bit much, especially as me old Cinder Saw here, not Cinder Saw, Sparkstalker. That is not focusing. This frigging camera. Yeah, whatever. He's got a bit of a gnarled up face, which is fine. I can fix that. I can probably melt some plastic into it or something. I don't know. But I was gonna give him a bit of a clean up and stuff. I haven't had a chance to clean any of these. But yeah, that's Sparkstalker, who's a nice lad. I think his nose needs painting, doesn't it? Is his nose meant to be white? I can't remember. Yeah, that's Sparkstalker and Cindersaw. I thought this lad was broken. I thought the arms had come off him, but the wings had come off. But doesn't have wings. I didn't know. I thought he was meant to have wings. This was actually one of my first pickups of the day, which was Terradive. Is it going to work? Look, it's right in front of the camera. There you go. That's Terradive. He's one of the, not Shadow Strikers, I can't remember what they're called, but it was a G2 jet set, guys, and they're pretty neat. They're sort of, just simple little jets. They were sort of like, I don't want to say they're like Seekers as such. They're not really like the Seekers. They're like the sort of mini-bot versions of Seekers, I guess. I guess you could call them that. Bit awkward to transform because you have to move some arms out the way as you go. But let's get him transformed into a jet. It's quite neat. Little sort of a Harrier jump jet, I guess. I don't know what jets are. But it's neat. I like the Generation 2. He's got the Generation 2 logos on there. I believe these were actually released before Generation 2 was really a thing, and then they were repacked, so I imagine this is one of the repack ones when they became Generation 2. I'm not sure. But he's neat. He's got a little landing gear and everything. There was 4 of these, I think. I might try and get the others, but I saw that on the table. It was £5. I was like, oh yeah, I'll have that. I'm going to get onto some bigger lads now. I picked up 11 bots in total. This next one is really nice. I was amazed. There was an abundance of alternators, and I swear not one, even boxed, was above 30 quid. So my pro tip is get some alternators right now before everyone gets into them. I picked up an extremely gorgeous one. I picked up Alternators Ravage, the cat version, as you can tell. He turns into a Jaguar XK, that's what it is, which is a European car. I think it's the only European car on the Alternators line. It's great. I sat down with this to try and transform it, put on Star Trek 6, Thought I'd have a go at transforming him because, don't have instructions, and alternators, figuring out the transformation when you don't have instructions is a bit of a task. Had it done before Kirk left Space Dock, which is like 10 minutes into the film, so... but yeah, this figure's lovely. It's got the little rockets on the side and everything. Look how nice the chrome is and all that. And the car is just... it's spotless, this thing. Like, there's a couple of little tiny scuffs that are barely noticeable. Just a really nice figure. I need to get some more alternators, because they are so cheap right now. It's ridiculous that they're all about sort of 20, 30 quid each for any of them. I need to get the Hot Rod one as well for my Hot Rod collection. Yeah, I highly recommend this one. It is a friggin' fantastic little thing. A little bit awkward getting the sides out to transform them properly. You have to sort of slide these ones out. These ones come out a little bit, like slide out, but they don't unpeg from this when they do it, so it's a bit awkward. But you'll get there, you'll figure it out, I'm sure. But yeah, Alternators Ravage. Sticking with the animal theme, I got Thunderhoof. This is a really simple figure. He was cheap, but it's the RID 2015 character Thunderhoof. The Decepticons in that show all turn into sort of animal themed ones, and it took me a while to figure out how to do the automorph transformation on this. But it's basically, I need to undo these because I tend to hook them in. But you just sort of, the arms are getting stuck. There we go. The arms get stuck sometimes. I've had one of the figures like this before. I had the Grimlock, and he was similar. Like half the time, the mechanism would get caught up on itself. But it's Thunderhoof. Look at him. He's fantastic. It's just such a cool idea. Just all these ones that were just like part animal, part vehicle. I wasn't going out of my way to look for an RID 2015 figure. Same way I wasn't really looking for alternators until I saw how cheap that was. I do want to get a Bisque from that line, so I'm going to look out for one of them. Thunderhoof. Friggin' just total lad. Where am I going to put this? He's in the way of two others that I need to get to, but we'll get to them. Right, next up, I did want to get something from Armada. I actually got two things from Armada, but this is Armada Scavenger. This thing is like a full brick. His electronics don't work. I need to replace the batteries in them, I think. I took the batteries out anyway. I'm hoping that's all that's wrong. But this guy, he's just a big old chunk of a thing, but the chunk's all in service of the gimmicks he has, like the sound effects. There's like, when you roll him along in vehicle mode, the scoop moves up and down, and when you roll him along in robot mode, he walks. His legs move. There is a repaint of this that comes in yellow, which is called Leadfoot, or Treadfoot, Treadfoot, something like that. But they're identical, just one's yellow, one's green. He's got the sort of Constructicon colour scheme going on, hasn't he? But this thing's good. Weird transformation, not how you expect. And he has working caterpillar tracks for the vehicle mode, which is rare. I've got two figures that have working caterpillar tracks. This guy and Rampage. People were going for Rampage at TF Nation. I saw Sixo got one. I saw one guy comparing two box ones to decide which one was the better one. They were both sealed in the box. But proper good. Like I highly recommend a Rampage. And he comes with his little mini-con buddies the wrong way around. Roll Bar, who you can sort of activate a sound by putting him in the back, but like I say, the sound isn't working. Hasn't got the missile either, but like I care. It's 20 quid. Can't complain. I mean, I could complain, but that'd be rude, wouldn't it? Right. Speaking of Roll Bar, I've put him around the wrong way around again. Speaking of Roll Bar, here's a guy who comes with a mini-con, sort of, called Roll Out, but this is Overload, who does this when you transform him. He's actually two robots in one. This little bit can turn into his own little robot. He's called Roll Out. Hold on. But Overload is just a brick. He's got arm articulation, and leg articulation, but no knees. But the knees are sacrificed for something that's really cool. He becomes this big old trailer thing, which like looks humongous because this guy's pulling it and he's so small. But he also becomes like a battle platform for Armada Optimus Prime, and he does this move in his transformation. Watch this. Arm separate from the leg, right? This is like a magic trick. But you grab this and you just go, and you slide the leg onto the arm. How brilliant is that? How amazing is that? I'm going to pop that back. But I don't have the Optimus Prime to do that with. It's a whole complex transformation. He's got little missile pods in there. It's pretty cool. If you haven't seen this figure, he's pretty ridiculous. Gav Spence did a video on it a while ago. I'll show you. He has got working missile. He's got missiles, right? So he comes with the missiles. Let's angle these in a way where I can get them. That is going to sound fantastic in the mic, but I'm not entirely sure. I think the springs might be a little bit done in these because that's about the best I'm getting out of it. Should we try the other one? Come on, open up, turn the feet, press the button. That's a bit better, isn't it? I guess I won't be doing my little launching the missile and catching it thing that I like to do in my reviews. It feels dusty to put the missiles in there, but I'm not fussed about that. Like, I'm actually missiles, guns, stuff like that. Unless they're actually part of the vehicle mode, I'm not too fussed about them. Like with some alternators, the weapons turn into engines, and that to me is important for the vehicle because it's part of the vehicle mode. But most of the time, if it's a gun that just sticks on top of something, who gives a crap? Not me. Right, here is the gem. I got this for 25 quid. I went in there, I had an intention of getting one Transformers animated figure at least, because I have no Transformers animated, well out of collecting at the time. But I got Leader Class Bulkhead with the Headmaster. Listen. Yeah, let's pop that off, because that's the Headmaster. He takes over robot bodies. He's got a lot of armaments on him, which isn't very Bulkheady or even Transformers animated-y really, but apparently the idea behind it is that the Headmasters, put weapons on him. He's got a little buzzsaw. It's quite fun. He's got a grabby claw that comes out like that. Pretty neat. When he hasn't got the Headmaster on.
Sorry, my bad. Time for the big gun. You can do it, buddy.
The coolest thing is, this is fantastic. Let's get his legs forward a bit. Right, we're going to bring this around. And you can make him sit down. Let's do it. He'll sit on his kibble, so you can make him turn into the chair. He does that in the animated series. He swings his kibble around and turns it into a chair. Fantastic. Just absolutely brilliant figure. When you're transforming him... sorry for all the ratchet clicking. I'm not sorry, you love it. When you're transforming him, like, when you close these parts over the hood, it makes the transformation sound. When he's in vehicle mode and you press the button, the sirens go off as long as you're holding it down. It's freaking lovely. I do want the other Bulkhead, the Voyager class, I think they're called, or Warrior class. I'm not sure, I don't know classes. But I do want that one. But he's got all his missiles that go on his arm. As far as I'm aware, this is complete. I don't think there's anything missing. I'm ashamed how long it took me to figure out how to transform him. There's tabs in these shoulders and I couldn't figure out how to get him into the chest, and then I realised the whole chest lifts up. I only realised when I transformed him earlier that the legs come down as well, because I could tell the wheels need folding in. There's some wheels under here. I couldn't figure out how to fold them in. Then I realised, the whole thing, his whole pelvis comes down. But that is fantastic. That's something I'm going to make as a centerpiece. I intend to get like some cabinets at some point soon, hopefully, and have a proper display. I think like a masterpiece display and all that sort of stuff. Right, let's put this back on because I don't want to lose that. Yeah, great. That's Invader Zim, isn't it? Can't remember his name. Right, last two pieces, and this comes from some audience interaction that was from the Twitter account. So I've been collecting up my other collector's goal for the year, Combiner Wars figures, and I wanted to make a complete combiner, and my goal was every single one had to have a different mould, so I couldn't be using the same transformation on any of them, and cheap, that was the other thing. Luckily for me, In Demand had like tons of Combiner Wars figures, loads of them there. Like, they're all different prices. Some were 20 quid, sort of 20 to 30 quid. And they had some in bags as well. So I got Blot. He's a Power of the Primes figure, actually, not Combiner Wars. So I have to use his papoose that comes with him as a hand, because I've also got Dreadwind already, and he's a hand as well. And on Wild Wars Hat Twitter account, I've been letting people decide where all the limbs go. And I got Ironhide, bought that from Few, got Dreadwind, and everyone was just like, yeah, arms. So I guess they're arms. So these guys become legs, and I've been doing a vote, which I need to check on to find out who's winning the vote. We'll do that in a second. I'm going to transform him. We're going to put together the combiner. In this video, you're going to see the completed combiner that doesn't have a name yet. We're going to figure out a name for it eventually. I was going with Mix and Maxitron. Mix and Matchatron? Mix and Maximus? Something like that. I think the best fan combiner name I've seen is Brentosaur has one called Dumpster Fire, where it's an Inferno in the middle and 4 Junkions, 4 Retgars. But yeah, that's Blot. He's good. He's got a fantastic face. Can you see it? So you can't see it. You literally put that right there. You go. There's his face. Right. So we got Blot, and the other one I brought that he was loose, but the other one I brought new, boxed and everything. Is Swindle. This is the third Swindle figure I have. Yeah, because I've got the original G1 Swindle and I've got Alternator Swindle. This lad's great. I only got him out of the box like a couple of hours ago. I've been fiddling around with him. He's the only one I've come across that has like none of the DNA the others have. Like even Ironhide and Dreadwind have really similar elements to their transformation, where the way the legs work, the way the hood comes over and stuff like that. Even Blot has it. I mean, he's got similar parts of his transformation, but this guy transforms completely differently from the others. But Swindle's great. His vehicle mode looks cool. It's like a Cybertronian Jeep rather than an Earth mode one. I've put that in the arm there. He's got his gun. Nice thing. He's got his cool face. I always love Swindle's face with the shades. I've given up trying to use that autofocus. I'm not going to try. He's got that modern look where he has the wheels under his armpits, which I don't know about that. I think it's neat. I don't know. I can never decide if that's cool or not. It kind of feels like it gets in the way. His shoulders can go backwards, which is quite neat. But yeah, that's really good. What I should do now is I should find out who the winner is, which leg's going where. I mean, Swindle, I think Blot was winning on the right leg, Swindle was going to the left. So let's find out who that was. Before I do that, I should have mentioned this earlier. I got given this little comic by a guy whose name is Wadapan on Twitter. It's a neat little comic where the Quintessons are judging a talent contest and Wheelie turns up and just like spits rhymes at them. He raps in their face, and the comic unfolds out, and there's like another thing on the inside that I need to read. I haven't read it. It's a lot of words. But yeah, I don't know if he's cool with this being shown. He seemed to be like it's a work in progress thing. But I think it's neat, so I'm showing it here. Who's this telling me? Mobile Suit Goddamn Loddin. Officially, it's Galvatronus, no matter what limbs he has stolen. I don't care what limbs he's stolen. I'm going to give him his own name. He's not going to be a Galvatronus. But I know what you mean. I mean, there's still 15 hours left on the poll, but that's because I didn't set the timer for how long to run the poll for. But Blot is going to go on the right leg. So I'm going to transform them now, and we're going to plug it together. I have no idea how his leg goes. Right. I've put him together. I think I've got Blot right. I don't have instructions for Blot, so I think I've just guessed his foot mode. But here we go. Here is whatever we're calling this. I think that works. That's a nice mix of colours. There's a little bit of purple that runs through each figure. I mean, Swindle does have purple on him. It's on the other side, apart from Ironhide. But he's the only Autobot in this set. Ironhide is a traitor. But you know what? I'm going to put him down. That's a Combiner Wars, isn't it? I mean, the whole point of Combiner Wars... I'm not going to put him on Gav Spence's art. The whole point of Combiner Wars is, you know, you should be making absolute monstrosities. Let's turn his... Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I've made an absolute monstrosity. And now that's complete, when I get around to taking the photos for Wild Will's hat with these guys, I guess I'll have to put a little hat on Galvatronus's head here. I guess technically that's Galvatronus, and you're supposed to call it Galvatronus when he uses whoever he wants, but I'm not. He's going to be... I mean, someone suggested Gary, but I think we can do better than Gary. But, you know, maybe he's a Todd. No, I quite like... Brentosaur said Galva Watts is Namus or something, but that's a nice size combiner, a bit shorter than old Devastator here. Apparently that's about the size that Masterpiece Shoki's going to be. Cheers for watching that video if you did, by the way. I've made my first Combiner Wars Gestalt. The only problem is I really like Swindle, and now I want the rest of Bruticus. So I might collect a couple of them. Maybe I'll make that next year's collector's goal, is to complete Combiner Wars Bruticus. unless they go and announce a new Bruticus or something. But yeah, that's two collecting goals done this year. I did the Firecons and a Combiner Wars. Pretty good. Next year's collecting goals, I don't know. I haven't thought about yet. I'm probably going to pick another G1 subline or a subline from somewhere else to try to complete something small. I mean, I got that Terror Dive. Maybe I'll get the Sky Scorchers. They're called Sky Scorchers. Maybe I'll do the Sky Scorchers. That'll be fun, wouldn't it? Cheers for watching. If you're at TFN, awesome. Did you have a good time? Tell me below in the comments. Sorry if I missed you. I know I missed Mellow Shade and I missed Emma, who runs the Bumblebee's bike thing. Because I just, to be honest, time just shot by. Especially after the panel. I had like an hour and a half left. I was getting picked up, so I couldn't stick around. So I had to go pretty quickly. But yeah, the afternoon just shot by. And I'm thinking next year what I might do is, because my dad lives in Burton, I might travel up there, stay at my dad's for a few days, and then just go to the convention, stay there for, for the con for a couple of days. I kind of just want to do like 2 days, but everyone does the whole weekend, and I don't know if it's worth doing the whole weekend. I mean, there's panels. We'll see. I'll see how I feel next year. It's the first time doing TFN, and it was like a really good convention. But anyway, we got a combiner. We got a complete combiner. We got Firecons. We got a Spy Changer and a Sky Stalker and an Alternator and a Thunderhoof, 2 Armada big lads, and my first Transformers animated figure. I think I did pretty good. I got some art from Gav Spence. I got a little comic from Wadapan. I've got a t-shirt that's in the wash. I'll put a photo up when I mentioned it earlier. You would have seen it. It's a really cool one by Zombie Workshop, who I saw him drawing that on stream a couple of weeks ago, and so that was pretty cool. Saw him drawing it when he was making it, and then I've got it. How do I end one of these? Anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers to everyone who chatted to me at TF Nation. It was awesome. It was great meeting some people, and it was a bit weird being recognised and, spoken to by people. I normally expect to go to these cons and not say a word to anyone the whole time I'm there. That's my experience of London Film and Comic Con and Collectomania and MCM and all that sort of stuff. If I'm not with someone, I'm not going to talk. I don't talk to anyone normally. But yeah, did a lot of chatting. It was great. So yeah, next time, say hi and stuff. Gav Spence, all the people I spoke to. Who was I speak to? J Space, Wadapan, who did this. A little bit with Nick from Toy Foo, 60, Maz, Zombie Workshop, Repugnus. The actual Repugnus, not this lad. He's a fake Repugnus. But no, I left my hat on Repugnus when I took the photo, and then I had to come back and get it. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Hope this autofocus hasn't been too screwy. I'll keep spotting it going. I hate autofocus. Anyway, yeah, rambling end. Bye.